Now, before we go any farther, I want to address this, and I'm talking directly to Agiye Hall, because I know you're going to be watching this video, buddy. You have sent me multiple messages, I've seen them, and I've yet to respond, so I'll just respond here on the channel, and everyone can hear my response, including yourself. Whew! Man, oh man, this was some shocking news to say the least yesterday. When I saw this, my mouth dropped. The sad part about this is, if you're a new viewer of the channel, you're not going to understand the entire lore behind Mr. Agiye Hall. However, if you are an OG of the channel, by the way, shout out to all the OGs and day ones, greatly appreciate y'all and all the support, can't thank you enough. You would understand how big of a deal this is. We have covered his situation and story very closely the past not just 1 or 2 years, but 3 years. And it's to the point now where when somebody brings up the name Agiye Hall, it scratches a back part of my brain and I'm like, oh yeah, where is that guy? What happened to him? It's kind of like a long lost friend you've forgotten about. You know what I'm talking about? We all had that one friend from our childhood that either they moved away or something happened, you're not friends anymore, but if you hear their name, immediately you have all the flashbacks of the memories. That's how it is with Agiye. We got a new update on him. We're going to talk all about that. But also in today's video, we got to talk about some big news for college football itself, and that's involving some of these games. College Game Day has announced where they're heading for week 1, and also we have some kickoff times for games like Colorado, Georgia, Alabama, and so on and so on. I wouldn't go as far as to saying we got a jam-packed video for your Tuesday, but it's going to be an interesting one to say the least. Strap in, buckle up, get you a snack, get you a popcorn, get your favorite meal you like to eat and watch a video, because trust me, I do the same thing. But alright, man, blah, blah, shut the crap up, now without further ado, let's get into it. Trust me when I say this, I want to get into this Agiye Hall stuff just as much as you, but let's talk about our first topic and get it out the way. It's official. Colorado will be kicking off August 29th, prime time. I'm not talking about the coach, I'm talking about the time slot at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 Eastern. You can say what you want about Colorado, but you know dang well you're going to be tuning in. I'm excited for that game for obvious reasons. I want to see how they look, and I want to see how the new roster looks, because they basically had a dang near similar turnover rate to last year. Colorado did bring in a lot of guys, but they still have their star quarterback, Shadur. He's phenomenal. Travis Hunter, I don't need to sit up here and explain to you who Travis Hunter is and how good he is, and also Shiloh Sanders. What I'm looking forward to the most in this game, granted I know it's North Dakota State, it's not some top tier team, is the Colorado offensive line. On Saturday, Clemson versus Georgia, they're kicking off at 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern. I think most people would have preferred for this to be a night game, but to tell you the truth, 11 a.m. games, they don't really bother me as much as they used to. And when I say bother me, I used to get pissed off when we had a big time matchup at 11 a.m., but now, they're growing on me. Here's where College Game Day is going. College Station, Texas for Notre Dame versus A&M. I gotta be honest with you, don't really understand how you're choosing Notre Dame versus A&M over Georgia and Clemson, but it really doesn't matter. That's going to be a night game, and remember, we're going to have a game on Sunday. That's USC versus LSU. Lincoln Riley versus Brian Kelly. I low-key forgot about that matchup. Also want to throw this in here. Here's some of your big noon games that got announced. Texas at Michigan, September 7th, and also Alabama at Wisconsin, September 14th, the week after. I'm not going to dissect and give you my full analysis on this game or even come close to doing that, because we're in May. The season's still 3 to 4 months away. But I do want to relay some of this news over to you guys because I found it pretty interesting. Let me know in the comment section, who are you picking in these games? I think right now these are easy games to pick the favorites in. Texas, they're going to be a favorite over Michigan. Alabama, most people are going to pick them over Wisconsin. And Ohio State, they're going to be favored over Michigan in that one. Let me know in the comment section, what game are you looking forward to the most on this list? Right now for me, and I haven't even put too much thought into this, I'd have to say, oh man, this is a tough one. Probably, I guess I'm going to go with what everybody's going to go with, Clemson and Georgia. And it's not so much because of Georgia. I know what I'm going to get out of Georgia and a Kirby Smart coach team. It's more so of I want to see if Clemson can finally get over the hump and prove they're still the real deal. Behind that game, this is going to shock some of you, I'm saying Colorado, North Dakota State. I can't take my eyes off them. It's the best reality TV show out there. I want to see how they look. They talk the talk, but here's the thing. Can they walk the walk this year? Guess we'll see. Not too excited about Boston College versus Florida State. BC doesn't have enough talent to match up with FSU in the Cinnamon Rolls. That's just not going to happen. To tell you the truth, I'm not too high on the A&M versus Notre Dame game. It's going to be a great game, just compared to others on this list. Not in my top 3. I am looking forward to Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly, though, on Sunday. That's going to be awesome. You got the battle of the new quarterback, so it's going to be a fair fight. I would love to talk about that some more, and we're going to do just that when the season rolls around. But we are going to move on to the main topic of the main encore, main reason you clicked onto this video. Man, oh man, what is going on with Agiye Hall? If you don't know the whole lore behind Agiye Hall, let me give you a very brief recap. Not this most recent season, not last year, but 3 years ago when Bryce Young led Alabama to the national championship game against Georgia. That is when Agiye Hall, he was a true freshman playing for Nick Saban and Bama. He was highly regarded coming out of high school. Some recruiting sites had him as a 4-star, some had him as a 5-star. He was supposed to be one of those next great Alabama wide receivers. Unfortunately, he didn't do all the right things off the field, and he got into some trouble with Nick Saban and the coaching staff. And when I say some trouble, it wasn't anything major. It was just simple stuff. Not showing up to classes, late to meetings, stuff like that. Saban is even on record stating that we have given him multiple chances, but he refuses to act right. And this was such a big deal at the time because Saban never has believed in kicking players off the team because he believes if you kick a player off the team, that's the worst thing you do for him because then they're going to get in more trouble. Whereas if you keep them on the team, football, sports in general, it's what keeps guys out of trouble. Saban has always had that belief. I say that to say this. If he has to kick you off of the team, you know it must have been really bad. And that's what happened for Agiye Hall. He got kicked off and he wound up transferring to Texas. And y'all remember what I said about him, don't you? I told all the Texas fans, he's not going to amount to a hill of beans. If you got kicked off of Alabama, that is the biggest red flag ever. It's all coming back to me now. I even remember Texas fans telling me, oh, Matt's just jealous. He's hating because their 4-star / 5-star wide receiver, he's now coming to Texas. Look, me telling you Agiye Hall wasn't going to amount to a hill of beans at Texas, that wasn't hating, that's just the truth. That was reality. If you honestly believe I hate any of these college football players, you lost your mind. After I get done talking about them, I don't think about them. I'm here to analyze stuff. I'm here to give you my takes on situations. Outside of that, I'm wishing all these guys the best of luck, but I still have to call things for how they are. And what I saw in Agiye Hall when he left Alabama was a guy who had some serious character concerns and attitude problems. Long story short, though, he gets to Texas. Texas fans are happy. They're like, yes, we got this new Alabama 4-star wide receiver, and guess what? As soon as he gets there, I'm talking about as soon as he gets there, he's in trouble. He got in the doghouse from day one, and I don't even think he caught a pass for it. He might have caught one pass for Texas, but he didn't play a lot. Oh, wait a minute, I was right. He had one catch for 7 yards. The point is, though, he didn't play much, non-factor. One catch, 7 yards, that's nothing. Gonna remind you to give you some context. This isn't last year. This is the year before in 2022. Oh yeah, too, I forgot to throw this in there. Before the season even started at Texas, he got arrested. And to sum all this up, he wound up leaving the Texas football program in mid-December of 2022. And what was weird about all this, so he enters the portal for the second time, right, after leaving Texas, and he doesn't go anywhere for this previous season. So he didn't even play college football, which in itself is kind of questionable because if you're still trying to pursue this dream of playing college football, it's not in your best interest to sit out an entire season. At bare minimum, you still want to be working out, conditioning, and just being a part of a team and program. But guess what? The big time news came out yesterday, and you guys were absolutely blowing me up about this when it came out. I'll show it to you right here. I probably had at least 8 or 9 of you guys tag this to me. Breaking. Former Texas / Alabama wide receiver Agiye Hall is enrolling at UCF as a walk-on. Yes, that is right. You heard me correctly. Not a scholarship. He's going to be a walk-on. Major shout out to every single one of you that was sending it to me. Helps on the channel a lot because I can see a lot of things, but when you guys send it to me, I can see it even quicker. My immediate reaction when I first saw this is I was wanting to find out about the walk-on situation because I'll just tell you up front, I didn't believe for a split second that Agiye Hall is going to be forking out $50,000 a year to be a walk-on and play at UCF. I figured something else had to be going on, like a preferred walk-on or just anything. I made a couple phone calls. I don't know how true this is, but I'm being told that UCF ran out of scholarships, apparently and allegedly, take this information with a grain of salt, and NIL is going to be paying for his scholarship as a walk-on. In other terms here, if that's kind of confusing, UCF found a loophole to acquire Agiye Hall without wasting a scholarship or using one. But I don't know how true that is because if quote-unquote NIL is paying for his scholarship or they're paying for his tuition, here's my next question. Why would anybody give this guy an NIL deal? He has done nothing. Regardless of how it's happening, really doesn't matter. The whole focal point is It's happening. He's going to UCF. Now, before we go any farther, I want to address this, and I'm talking directly to Agiye Hall, because I know you're going to be watching this video, buddy. You have sent me multiple messages. I've seen them, and I've yet to respond, so I'll just respond here on the channel, and everyone can hear my response, including yourself. I'm not going to show his DMs that he has sent to me, because I believe DMs are private. They're between two people. They shouldn't be shared to the public unless something crazy goes on and you need to prove yourself with cold hard facts and evidence. And let me clarify on this. What he has sent me, it is nothing crazy. It's nothing that major. And I honestly feel like he's just trying to make light of the situation. But I also get the sense and vibes that you, Agiye, I'm talking to you. I know you're watching this video. You think I hate you. You think I have it out for you. I'm here to tell you right now, on air, documented on the channel. This video will never be deleted. I don't hate you. I'm wishing the best for you. I want to see you succeed. Whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. And hey, I'm not going to act oblivious to the situation. I understand, Agiye, why you might not be too fond of myself and our channel, because we've made multiple videos talking about you in bad light. Every single time we have talked about you on this channel, it hasn't necessarily been good, but I'm going to remind you of this. That's your fault. I report on the news, good or bad. And unfortunately, everything you've done up until this point, it hasn't been good. It's been bad. If you would have stayed at Alabama and you would have worked your butt off, had zero problems on and off the field, all the videos we made on you in the past couple of years wouldn't even happen. And matter of fact, we'd be praising you. Why? Because I give credit when it's due, but I also critique when I need to critique. I have zero ill will towards you whatsoever. I'm just doing my job, and I hope you can respect that. And matter of fact, hold on, let's do this. I would love for you to come on the channel, and I think everybody else would love to see this as well, and it'd be a great opportunity for you to explain yourself. I would love for you to come up here and just explain everything that has happened in these past couple of years. Tell your side of the story. Because you want to know what I think went down at Agiye? This is what I think has happened in these past couple of years. I don't think you're a bad guy. I don't. I think you're a good guy who made a couple of bad decisions and you compounded those. We've all had a friend, family member, or even yourself make a bad decision, and you make another, and it's an endless cycle. You can't stop. And I know a main reason why everybody was tagging this to me, because they wanted me to get up here and laugh at Agiye Hall, laugh at his downfall, and say, oh yeah, look at him. He went from Alabama, a former 5-star recruit, to now a walk-on at UCF. That's what people want me to do, but I'm not going to do that. I respect Agiye Hall mightily for not giving up, because he could have easily thrown in the towel, but he hasn't, and nobody respects a hardworking man more than myself. And if you're laughing at Agiye Hall for walking on at UCF, he's not the loser, you're the loser. He is still trying to pursue his dream and work hard. Sure, did he mess up a couple of times? Yes, and we've covered that to a T. But the difference is, he's still trying, and I can applaud him for that. You know what, hold on, we're going to clap it up. Clap it up to Agiye Hall. I love to see this. I hope you go out there, ball out, have 2,000 receiving yards, have 20 touchdowns, set all types of records, become a first-round NFL draft pick, and make millions and millions of dollars. I hope this is something we look back on in 5 years, Agiye, and we're laughing about it. We're like, man, remember all those stupid and silly mistakes you made at Alabama and Texas? Hey, I think it could happen. It's up to you. You control your own destiny. And no matter what he did at Alabama and Texas, it's besides the point. That's in the past. You can't change it. There's no need to focus on it. What matters now is the present, and that's UCF. You got another chance, and here's the one harsh piece of advice I'm going to give you. Don't screw it up. Wishing the best of luck. Let me know your thoughts down below. But Roman.